Hello, Nenu.
Vohio Nenu, welcome in. What is Vohio short for? Well, it's ready. So let's get into game number 1, shall we?
Alright, let's give these players a countdown. Game 1 will be beginning in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Luck, have fun, both players.
Yes, indeed. Now this is worthy of note is my division. I already lost it, so I'm here enjoying the games. In another universe, I'd be in this set this evening, but alas, it was not to be. Tegamech actually swept me.
Ouch.
It's all good.
Yeah, let's see what Tegamech's able to bring to this set here versus Nenu. So far, off to a really good start. Hasn't taken a single burn, 3 Tetrises in, currently with a score of 68,000. Nenu getting his second Tetris going to 47,000. Both players off to a good start. Their boards are, he's reasonable. Oh, great adjustment from Tegamech.
Oh, wonderful work. Nice, okay, good adjustment from Nenu as well. We're just going to be seeing a lot of ridiculous adjustments this evening.
What? Nenu made an adjustment? Surprise Pikachu face.
Imagine. Tetrises are flowing here. Got a Tetris behind for Nenu. Back in lines as well. Just really darn neck and neck here.
Yeah, and both players are able to put up a really efficient start to 18. Neither player running into any trouble. Just the occasional burn here and there.
It's pretty fun. I feel like we're actual like American football commentators in a booth. It's kind of how it feels to me. We got this air of professionalism.
Yeah, I love the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's why I'm getting a PhD.
Sure. Getting a PhD to commentate American football is what I got from that joke. I don't think that's the joke you meant. I don't think that's what you meant for me to take from that. I'm confused by that joke, I'm not going to lie. Still got a Tetris back for Nenu, though.
Oh, I'm hearing something about echoing.
Echoing. The thunderstorm echoes. Are y'all in different rooms? This is the first I've heard echo in a T-storm commentary. Interesting.
That phrasing makes me question if it's a good thing.
No, it sounds like there's some echo.
Yeah.
Is the echo maybe because of the room? Or do you think there's actually feedback coming from microphones?
Yeah, on that end, I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, it's a good thing. Alright, no changes until someone brings up that it's a problem.
No feedback? Honestly, the audio is not bad. Okay.
That's great to hear.
If anything, it might be the room. I hear a bit of an echo audibly. There's like a spatial kind of reverberation. I think that might be what's going on.
Alright.
Delayed burning here from Nenu. Cleans it up nicely. 347 for Tegamech. 314 for Nenu here. So Tegamech still the same lead. These players are just keeping pace with each other neck and neck.
Yeah, well, it's like 9 burns for Tegamech so far, so continuing to play very solidly. We're talking about a Tetris rate in the upper 80s. Nenu having a pretty solid game himself, just that Tegamech is playing that much more efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, neck and neck was the wrong word to use. Burrito Dad says we should crank up the fuzz pedal a tad bit. I'm assuming that's some kind of reference to like a something. It does not sound like actual input about the audio to me. But again, I don't recognize the reference, so I can't be sure. 465 for T-Storm, 394 for Nenu. A wide lead is opening up here.
I have 0 points. Tega has 466,000.
Did I say T-Storm? Hey guys, T-Storm is playing apparently. That's interesting. All right, it starts with a T. What can I say? I'm here with T-Storm in person, so I mean that's understandable mistake. But indeed, Tegamech's the one now with 512 for 20. Hey now for Nenu. So about a 90,000 point lead.
Yeah, if Tegamech's able to maintain its efficiency, we could witness a 650 transition. And Nenu is on track for something like a 550.
Yeah, both obviously with strong competitive paces. I mean, T-Storm just dominant here in game number 1. T and I say, who's commentating? It is T-Storm281 and Xenophilius. Xenophilius themself. That's me. And we're in a room together, yes. I drove to Seattle to visit T-Storm today, and it just happened. There was the epic Thursday Night Thunder, so we set up the laptop to be able to use the proper microphone for 2 people to talk. And it was worth it. It's a great game number 1 here. Tega crossing over the 600,000 mark with 6 lines left. And he's still back at 535.
Yeah, up to 2 more Tetrises are available to Tegamech. Now just 1 bird, but unfortunately the parity in Tegamech's board is
was questionable, then a perfect T-tuck to solve it. That was beautiful.
Unfortunately, the bar is not showing up on time, so Tegamech was forced to take a couple burns. So only 1 Tetris is going to be scored going into transition.
Only a 641 transition. Imagine. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It couldn't be me.
But it's still enough points for Nenu to have to try to outplay Tegamech in post in order to try to take this first game. Currently has a clean stack and is set up for a Tetris. Just looking for a bar and perhaps a J for the left side. Ends up plugging it with a Z. Nenu now having to take a couple of burns to get the stack back in order.
Beautiful for the T piece there from Nenu. Tegamech pretty clean. 677 to 640. Nenu's closing the lead a little bit, but he's also ahead in lines, so that might partially explain the lead difference.
Alright, this game has closed up indeed. We actually only see about a 50,000 point gap at the same line count. Nenu scoring another Tetris. And Tegamech looking for a J piece for that dependency. Gets the J. Now just looking for a long bar. Steadily taking burns. But the bar's still not showing up. And the right side's starting to build a little high. Long bar thankfully shows up. Tegamech goes to 743. And another Tetris will bring him to 771. Nenu still about 50,000 points behind. Both players will score Tetris entering level 23. It's 800,000 for Tegamech and 755 for Nenu. Tega hanging a bar in column 2. He's trying to lower the stack to get the next bar over.
Tega is, of course, a roller and can handle that kind of stuff. And does so nicely. Is he rolling right now? He might not be.
Yes, okay. I believe so.
I don't specifically know. I believe he switched to full roll.
Yeah, you can see Tegamech's arm.
The arm doing it, flexing and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Someone in chat will be certain about it somehow, and we won't know how, but we'll be grateful for it.
Long bar dependency in Tegamech's stack. Long bar shows up quickly. And that burn's going to open up the right side. Nenu, in the meantime, has actually taken over the lead. The slowdown for Tegamech actually causing him to fall a bit behind.
Yeah.
Tegamech at 878 and Nenu at 912. Both players will enter 26 with a Tetris, and Nenu still less than a Tetris ahead, but has the lead nonetheless.
Wow, it's quite the race here. Really, really close. Holy cow. Taking no prisoners. This is a duel. Well matched here.
Tegamech having to burn his way through much of late 26 into 27. Sets up a center well. Gets the dirty Tetris in a perfect transfer. See if he gets a good piece to burn on the right side.
Oh my
gosh. It didn't show up in time. He's going to have to settle for another way to deal with the stack, but he's going to settle it with a center well Tetris.
All right, nice. The T-spin set up. Hits the T-spin. Oh my gosh. A65 to A63. What the heck? We're neck and neck. Tegamech has a slight lead.
Nenu trying to get this final Tetris set up, but just isn't getting the pieces, and now the well's covered.
No, I think he's done. Game 1, A65. That's a top out. 1.11 million for Tega, who takes the game right on the kill screen, just with moments to spare. Holy crap. Game number 1 delivered. If we thought the action was over after those 3 spectacular matches that Ian Keith so wonderfully commentated, we were sorely mistaken. Goodness me, it's going to be a long night.
Indeed. And over 3 from Tegamech. So off we go into game 2. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. This was a great showcase of skill between these players in game 1. Tegamech ended up having a very solid 18 and allowed him to take the lead for much of the game, but a combination of a couple of slowdowns, especially in mid and late post, and a combination of that with Nenu playing solidly throughout all of post, resulted in the players ending up being close by 26. The game just stayed close all the way to the end. And at the last moment, Nenu ended up in a dig on 28 that prevented him from scoring anymore. And Tega, in the meantime, just continued scoring Tetrises on 28. And that was going to be enough for Tega to take game 1.
Amazing work from both players. Tega definitely had control for most of that game, but if that control dissolved by the end, if Nenu just had a little more cleanliness in the stack, it would have been much closer than that. Although, you know, close into kill screen when one person's tapping and the other person's rolling often ends up not being so close.
But hey, if today shows us anything, it's that not even that's necessarily the outcome, as we saw Alex T taking a game from Andy by completing a chase down in kill screen.
With tap. It's a fair point. Rolling is not, you know, as is often discussed, not a guaranteed win. It just gives you a slight edge, all else being equal. These players are pretty darn equal from what I can see. Wonderful stacking, wonderful consistency with placements, no misdrops that I can see. 126 for Tega, 131 for Nenu. Nenu's way ahead in lines though. I think he was getting a bit droughted up high, so has to deal with being a little ahead in lines at the moment. Oh, and we got Annika in the chat. Hello, Annika. Welcome in. That's a personal friend of mine.
Cool. Having friends is cool.
Having friends is pretty darn cool. I'm glad you're mine, T-Storm. This is very cool to just... I drove down to Seattle, had some homemade pancakes. T-Storm has legendary pancakes. I'm just commentating these great games. Nenu's got the lead still, and I think the lead is actually at this point not accounted for by the line difference. Tega's burning at the moment.
Tega unfortunately was trying to get some good pieces over for the left side, but it was dependent and he had to continue holding out. And eventually the board was just too messy to try to continue holding out for dependency to be filled on the left side. So now he's stuck in a burning situation. It's closer to getting out than about 10 lines ago, so he's making some progress. And Tega's now looking for a good piece on the right. Oh, ends up setting up a dirty Tetris instead.
Okay.
Burns out of it, trying to keep it at least a little safe.
Okay. Yep.
Man,
yes, thank you.
He's going to opt to burn it all the way out.
Nice adjustment for that Z piece.
And that adjustment with another J is going to lead to the right side being open and a Tetris to go to 206,000. However, he's going to have to play quite a bit of catch-up now. He's 100,000 points behind Nenu, who's at 319.
Nenu hangs a square there. There's ways of getting out of this without many burns, but now he's going to have to. Just fair enough. There's like hypothetically some way he could have like gotten 2 Tetrises and then gotten a bar down on the left and then solved it with some tucks, but just he needed like exactly the right pieces, so he's going to be forced to burn instead.
And this is exactly what Tegamech needs to try to make up this deficit.
Yeah. And this is quite a gift for Tegamech here.
And there's he's posting the link to the CTL standings by doing the standings command.
Yeah.
Something that any of you in chat can do if you ever want to see how these players are holding up at the moment.
Yeah, that's the overall structure of the competition. Right now we saw who was committed to go to the playoffs for Division 1A. This is now Division 1B. So it's a whole different segment here. This is the one that I was in, the one that I may very well get kicked out of if I lose to Somalian in the relegation playoff. Nenu had the lead before, right? Okay, still has the lead. Got a 60,000 point lead.
Oh, that was a beautiful Z spin tuck adjustment by setting up that J flat. That was incredible play from Nenu.
Yeah. I was looking at Tegamech's board, but I believe you. I feel like I always miss the action. I'm always looking at the wrong board.
Hey, if we each look at different boards, we can't miss anything.
There you go. Yeah, the odds of neither of us seeing a cool thing goes down by some amount. It's not half, it's some other number. I don't know statistics well enough to know what the odds are. Okay, Tegamech has now hit the 19 transition to 428, quite a bit lower, 525. So 100,000 point deficit is back for Nenu. Oh my gosh, and he's digging now. Tegamech's clean. Nice clearance on the left side of that L.
Once again, we have Tegamech with an opportunity to catch back up as Nenu's trying to survive this dig, but this board is getting worse for Nenu.
It's piling up. He's still with a lead. If he can dig out of this, he might even keep the lead, but it's questionable if he can dig. He's up really high.
These are not the times to get spammed with Z pieces.
Terrible RNG. There's a... Okay, nice. Bar.
Oh, he misses the pole vault on the left side. Nenu's going to close the center well, and that's going to be it for him at 536.
536, 280 is the chase down score. 536, 280. Put that in chat. There we go. 536, 280. It's another Tetris and some lines cleared here. Nice.
Tegamech's all clean. With fluent enough rolling, Tegamech's probably going to be comfortable enough to try to just score Tetris.
Yeah, lineout's possible. It takes a while. We got a long night ahead of us.
Ooh,
no, the back-to-back bars.
Late.
Got three. Is that 3 bars in a row?
It looked like 2, but there's the Tetris.
And
there's the score for the chase down. 545 is going to be enough for Tega to take game 2.
GG. The pieces were being rude, says Annika. Absolutely. Impolite. Ready from Tegamech there. Hover 3 from Nenu.
Alright, it's time to begin game 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Indeed. Tetris, indeed. Beautiful Broden opener there for Broden opener, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff there. That's a good move. If y'all ever get a Z piece followed by an L piece for the opener, you want to put the Z piece 3 spaces off from the left wall, standing up, and then put the L flat next to it. It's a really nice opener, way cleaner than just tucking the L under the Z.
Yeah.
Highly recommend getting that into your repertoire if you're an NES Tetris player who doesn't already do that.
Yeah, and of course, as Tetris players, we care about maintaining a healthy-looking left side.
Which Nenu has. He doesn't have a healthy-looking number of long bars. He's getting severely droughted. Misdrops a J on the left side. Has to dig early on. 28 to 33. The Tega scores a Tetris. Goes up to 51,000. And is now behind and just keeps not getting bars. Oh, goodness.
Alright, Nenu's in a much safer position, especially after that L triple.
Annika asks, how do you set custom level starts on it? Yeah. Yeah, people are answering correctly in the chat. That is how you do that. I guess Annika wants to try a faster level. They've recently been getting into classic Tetris at my behest. Trying it out. Really just humoring me, if anything. But I hope they're enjoying it. Oh, a double flip from Tega there. 144 to 76. Nenu's drastically behind here. It's still early on, though.
Alright, anything can happen. A slowdown from either player can result in the size of this lead changing and possibly even reversing.
Odd misshift from Tega. I'm not sure what he was going for with that T piece. Might have been a misdrop.
Alright, we have 174,000 for Tegamech and 128,000 for Nenu. Tegamech continuing to take burns while Nenu is clean, so Nenu is in the process of catching up. However, Nenu might be out of time trying to close the gap even more, as Tegamech has gotten clean. So now both players are going to be back to scoring Tetrises.
Beautiful stacks here. 30,000 point lead. Probably maintained for Tega for now, if both players keep playing sufficiently. That's the thing, is if a lead is a certain amount, it just stays the way it is if both players match efficiency. It's usually a good sign. If you can look, it's 50,000 points in the lead, and then misdrop from Nenu there. If that lead maintains itself, 30 lines later, it means both players are, experiencing the same fortune with respect to burns and whatnot. Tetris for Tega there. How on earth, can you tell me, T-Star, how you are able to say, hey, this person has taken this many burns? Like, how do you know?
Yeah, there's a couple benchmarks. As an occasional perfect Tetris grinder, I happen to know what perfect looks like up to about halfway through the game. Okay. And an important benchmark to look at is like 65 lines, because you want, if you have 360k at 64 lines, you're perfect. And then you just adjust by 20,000 for 4 burns and whatever line count deviation you have from 64 lines.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay, interesting.
So yeah, if you have someone who's at, say, 340 at 68 lines, all right, it's 20k off 360, so add 4 burns. And 68's 4 more than 64, so add 4 more, and that's 8 burns.
Gotcha. Interesting. So it's just anchoring yourself according to the perfect pace.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. We're neck and neck now. 368 for both players. Nenu's ahead in lines, so probably still behind in efficiency a little bit, but it's very close.
All right.
Yeah, Annika, classic Tetris is just a lot of dying. That's what it is. Yeah, you're gonna have to get used to it. I really wish I could watch them.
Yeah,
that's what we said. Is like
basically you just die so much you get sick of dying and then you don't. Yeah. Well, or you just die later.
Oh, beautiful adjustment from Nenu to create that long bar dependency and fill it with a long bar.
Another great adjustment, letting that L vertical for the upcoming J. Both players continuing to play close to each other and score.
I could set up a tuck adjustment for an S piece. I've never seen that before. The commentator had never seen this before. That's the title of one of Miles the Great's videos. Referring to me, oddly enough. 510 for Tega, 506 for Nenu.
Transitions around the corner for both players. 9 lines to go for Tega and 6 lines to go for Nenu.
Nenu's such transition a little lower than Tega is here. Oof, unless Tega has to burn.
Nenu looking for a long bar, but it's taking its sweet time.
As usual.
It's going to end up having to burn into transition, but Tetris shows up right away. 535 for Nenu, early 19. Tegamech still on 18, now going to reach transition at 560.
About a 1 Tetris lead at the same line count for Tega here.
And according to Michaela, this means that it's going to be 1.3.
Sure, because the 560 transition, right? There's Michaela has superstitions about 560 transitions and then being the best transitions for score. All of her best games have come off 560 transitions.
All right, players are off and running in post-transition. We have a couple burns being taken from Tegamech. Gonna get cleaned up into 21 with 619. Nenu 625, so this game's very close still. Nenu's a bit ahead in lines, but it's not amounting to much because, here on post, players are taking occasional burns, so a 4-line difference doesn't mean as much as it does normally on 8 as it would on 18.
No, indeed. Yeah, the line difference fluctuates much more quickly on this at this speed. Perfect stacks here. Just Tetrises happening in the right well. No holes, no digs right now. Ooh, really aggressive S placement for Tega.
Yeah, it's now formed a deep 2 wide, and the square didn't show up in time, so Tega's going to have to resolve the stack in another way. Oh, great placements there for Tega. It's going to make burning out of this a bit easier. Getting some S's and Z's, and it's going to cause a bit more weight to be placed on the hole. But Tega's continuing to burn this down.
Okay, getting hugely square bursted is Tega. Now Nenu with a commanding lead. 720 for Tega, 783 for Nenu. And the line counts, it's 10 lines separating them at the moment. Okay, I believe Nenu still has the true lead, correcting for the line difference though.
Yeah, there's no way to make up 80,000 points in 5 lines. Not at 25, so for sure.
Good.
Yeah, Nenu's definitely had the better post so far, because also remember that I believe it was Nenu who was behind at transition.
Yeah, about 30,000 points behind at transition. Now almost 100,000 points ahead, coming up on level 26 here.
Although Nenu was just not able to get the pieces he was looking for to efficiently deal with that awkward left side, but finally Nenu's going to get cleaned up. Still in the lead, 903,000 points. Tegamech 834. Oh, wow, that was a great L adjustment for that Tetris from Tega. Couple burns later, he's going to be clean as well. Still back on 27 with 869. Nenu 972.
2 Tetrises to go for Nenu. If perfect, he might have to burn here, though. He's getting droughted.
Oh, Tegamech's board's looking rough.
Takes a triple. Oh my gosh, Tega. He's in for the left. Nice.
Nenu looking for that last Tetris. Gets the bar. Barely over to the right side for the max into kill screen.
1,018,000 is the chase down score, and Tega, with a few lines left to burn, is in huge trouble here, but he's rolling, and he's really got some nice movement.
Unfortunately, maybe out of time. His board is very high up in the kill screen. Can't get the T to the right. That's going to be at 891. So Nenu is going to keep this set alive, taking game 3.
It's over. Sometimes when you think it is over, it is.
All right, cover 3s from both. And we'll let Zeno do the countdown for game 4.
Oh, sure. Well, this will be in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! Exclamation point. As opposed to Tetris trademark or Texas. They got to come up with some new ones. Tennis, for instance.
Ah, yes.
Tennis is not copyrighted. G4 had the same idea. Ooh, Nenu may have double flipped that T piece. What was it? Not the only ones who double flipped.
Oh, it's a bit of a nasty S burst for Nenu.
Good bar timing there, though, to dig this down. Gonna put him behind. 10 times the score from Tega. 45,000 to 4,500. He's digging out of this. Yeah, it plops the. Yeah, that's the right move with that L.
Oh, what an adjustment from Nenu.
That was subtle. That was a very brainy adjustment. Nenu, by flipping that burn the other way around, created the spot for a T piece. He was forecasting, and look at that, flipping the T to avoid the burns. Just very nice brain candy from Nenu here. Very enjoyable to watch those little moves here.
Ooh, great J-spin from Tega.
Good move. Floating J-spin. That's an odd move.
Yeah, J-spins are so weird. I barely get the board set up for them. And I'm always anxious because I feel like because I don't run into it much, I just feel like I'm going to miss the spin.
Yeah, the timing's totally weird. It's a very weird spin.
Alright. Tega ended up taking the J flat single to make a spot for the square, so there's a good play there. Oh, and then nice, what's that Kingsman calls the Pac-Man, the flat S for the O-tuck.
Oh yeah, the Luke Anderson 25.
That's the flat T for the square tuck.
There you go. Okay, is it part?
And it's Luke Anderson 26.
It's Luke Anderson 26. My bad. Oh, my mistake. I am mortified.
It's fine. I think 6 months ago I knew less than half of these adjustments.
Yeah, they're fun to learn, just like for novelty's sake. Even though a lot of them don't end up being useful, a few of them do. Some wonderful stacks here, so those adjustments have been working out quite nicely. 218 for T-Storm. Nope. Start that again. 242 for Tegamech. 241 for Nenu. Really neck and neck here. Same line counts. Both players burning the same, scoring the same. Luke Anderson, 26, Elp. Yep. Oh yeah, Mr. Brain pointing out that Alexei Pajitnov called it Tetris because it was tetra for 4 blocks and tennis. So he just named it after the game of tennis. So
yeah, that's why I like tennis as the extra name, because it just it's just lore.
3-2-1 Tetra Tennis. That was probably one that they played around with, but Tetra Tennis is not nearly as catchy.
So Tega had a J tuck setup and then opted to put a J on the right side. And it looks like Tega's now going to be paying for not doing that tuck. The board now has a couple of holes in it.
So he's better than either of us, so he probably had like a reason that was a really good reason or something.
Most likely.
Probably. But hey, even the pros make mistakes.
But sometimes, you make decisions like that because most of the time it does work out.
Sure. Maybe it just didn't work out with the RNG. As a commentator, you gotta be polite and, assume the player meant to do whatever they did.
Especially Div 1 players who I know for sure know so much more than I do about everything ever.
Exactly. Like at the lower levels, it's like, oh, that player, that was a creative placement. Okay, I don't know what they were thinking there when it was just an obvious misdrop. But, this high level, you really do have to say, I don't know if that was a misdrop or not.
Ooh, did we say that out loud? But
we love the lower level players.
Yes.
In some ways, I love casting them more than these kinds of matches because it's like more unpredictable.
It is fun, and sometimes you get to see the lower level players just completely pop off. I'll never forget the time I restreamed Dewey getting his very first kill screen in a Division 8 match.
Oh
Division 8!
That's amazing.
And he got a 500 off of it, got into transition 150k behind in that game, and made all of those points up and then some, and then PB'd, and then got kill screen.
Interesting. 446 for Tega, 511 for Nenu here. Same line count, so yeah, Nenu with a nice 60,000. Am I counting that? 70,000 point lead? Somewhere around there. Dewey says T-Storm in his Dewey Div 8 kill screen obsession.
I greatly appreciate you appreciating me.
Lots of love here. LOL from everyone.
Alright, we got a transition from Tegamech, 500,000 points. Nenu looking for the bar to get the 600 transition. But the bar is going to show up a bit too late. It's going to take a double and get the Tetris afterward.
I'd say that's a 600 transition. I don't know, it's technicalities. He could have taken the double after the Tetris. He'd have the same number of points.
Yeah, it's not Nenu's fault the bar came too late.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, commanding lead here, 50,000, 60,000. I gotta I don't know. I don't have the score differences memorized. Okay, that's easy. 600 to 683. We know it's an 83,000 point lead. It's a little easier to calculate.
Oh, dang, I did my math wrong. I got 94.
Oh, spin tug. Okay, Tega's, misses the spin tug there. Needs some digging now.
These are some uncomfortable pieces, and Tega's making it work anyway.
As we'd expect. Wonderful play here. Nenu just keeps widening this lead, scores another Tetris.
Tega would love to see a bar right now. But just has to continue digging without one. Here it is. Drought ends, but this isn't a bar, the kind of board you need where you would want to see a long bar, so... Ended up not mattering most of the time that he was getting droughted. But now would be a good time to get a bar. He's currently got a center well set up. And sure enough, gets it. There's the Tetris. Oh my goodness, the L tuck into the Tetris. Tega going to 703 into 24. Unfortunately, still behind in score and ahead in line. So Tegamech still continuing to play less efficiently. And that's going to be potentially made even more so due to that T misdrop on the left.
Do you think he meant to not spin that T? I think he did mean to. He cleaned up way better than it would have if he had spinned it. Spun it? Yes. It's an interesting solve there. 50,000 point lead for Nenu. Still scores a Tetris.
Ooh.
Same line count.
Interesting placement there from Tega, laying the J in 8-9 to keep the perfect transfer setup, and it ended up working out. The bar came almost right away. Tega now back over to the right side, now just need to get the well back open. It's able to do so just in time for a Tetris.
Wonderful balanced stacking from both players here.
Hello, Vince. Glad to see you here.
Power commentator duo, absolutely, you know it. It's worth the 3-hour drive.
Yeah, we got both players 800,000 points on level 26. Oh, but Tega's gonna have multiple misdrops.
Oh no.
He's able to get the bar over. He's able to do anything else afterwards.
He's still behind. He's done. Yeah, 876. Oh no, we go to a decider, which is, hey, good for the action, but not so good for Tega.
Game 4 now goes to Nenu. And let's just see him close this off with a max. There it is.
I have a weird question for you, T-Storm. That chair over there, is that movable? And if so, yeah.
Should be.
Can I use it in place of this chair? Because my back is hurting from like driving all day.
And yes, Vince, we are in fact in the same room.
We literally, that's good. We're literally in the same exact room. I'm sliding over a cushy armchair because my back hurts.
We're gonna have game 5 beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Just put your address in chat so we can all join. That'd be lovely. Been saying we're all on our way.
Put your address in chat. Put your social security number in the chat too. For other reasons. Just as a joke. It'd be funny. Don't actually do that, guys. There's at least one gullible person in chat. There always is. That's the rule of Twitch. That's the number 1 rule. Oh, we have a prediction. Everybody, get in the chat. Make your prediction. See who will win the decider.
Yeah. As mod, I am unable to contribute to that. So
people in chat giving their social security numbers.
Nobody will know that I am secretly rooting for Teget. No, I'm kidding. Whatever happens, happens. These players are great.
Those are not real social security numbers, people. That is a dumb joke.
Ah, Mr. Brain. I like that one.
Sky's social security number is 4. Sky is actually the 4th oldest person in the United States. It's incredible. Still alive after all these years. It's Tux here for Tega. But he's going to have to solve that hole now. I love seeing the downstacking of the highest level players, just the creative decision making and knowing just when to start burning.
Yes.
It's almost as fun as the upstacking. How's our scores looking? Neck and neck. 165 to 168. Similar line counts. Take a look at those standings and I'll see, like, you know, what the consequences of this match is. And it says my social security number is 8675309.
Oh, ha.
Nenu has 3 matches left to play, about to play one of them. Tega has no chance, actually. So all Tega is doing is trying to pull Nenu away from getting into the playoffs. Tega has no way of getting into the playoffs himself. This is actually Tega's last match that he needs to play. Nenu has 3 matches left to play. Still has to play Cheese, Tegamech, and Fractal, all 3 of whom he's playing tonight. I think back-to-back. Back-to-back, rather. And then Fractal and Cheese.
Oh, Fractal and Cheese are going last. Okay.
Yeah. Those will be the... I believe so. I can double-check the specific match order.
In the meantime, we are halfway through level 18, and solid scores from both players, 270 for Tegamech and 310 for Nenu. So Nenu 40,000 points ahead, and now less than 20,000 as Tegamech scores. So they're separated by less than a Tetris and just a line, so this is continuing to be a close game between the players. Ooh, nice T flat burn there for Tegamech. Just looking for one more good piece to try to get the right side back open.
I like that square placement. It did delay the burns, but it was a nice safety move.
Ooh, though unfortunately,
terrible pieces for Tega here. Getting droughted as well. But, you know, look at that. I mean, when in doubt, just start setting up your slope over the hole again. Get back to a burning position. It's just really smart survival here from Tega.
Exactly. Oh, great combo pieces there for the left side to be filled in. Tegamech now with a healthy board, just building off of row 2. Scores another Tetris, 351,000 points, 391 for Nenu. So Nenu's holding on to this lead. Gets a hole uncovered to finally start working off the bottom row. Also 100. Oh, we had a spin tuck set up for Tegamech, and he's going to hit that T spin tuck.
Tega's up high. What a suffer game here for him. You know, he's not actually that far behind. I'm surprised. He's been digging a lot more. He's only 17,000 points behind. He's been making pretty good efficiency of the dig situations. And Nenu probably digging at some point as well.
Alright, Nenu holding on to a very slight lead currently. About 18,000 points.
Ooh, Nenu's asking for a Z piece. What is he asking?
Oh, got the Z piece,
He didn't
but
use it. I wasn't sure because he didn't burn with the L, and then he didn't burn with the other piece either. I'm not sure. It's all good.
Could have been a miscalculation, or perhaps was just looking for a bar.
Yeah, or maybe he just wanted to build out the sides first. Again, we don't know. These players' minds are an enigma. Ooh, a double flip there. Okay.
And an adjustment from Nenu at the same time.
It's a delayed 5 and below.
Alright, both players clean. Transition around the corner.
True, this guy's pointing out, please use the term suffer game meaningfully. 400k to 100 lines is not a suffer game. Yeah, fair enough. But, you know, just a lot of protracted digging from Tega. Certainly not what he wanted to be doing there. How did he transition to 485? 517 for Nenu. Lead's still not that significant. Tega finally gets the Tetris.
Fell up really high for it, but also reasonably safe too, as the right side of the board was still low enough that several burns could have been taken if necessary. Tega now continuing to build up, gets the Tetris, goes into level 20 with 561, now just 10,000 points away from Nenu. So this game continues to be close between the players. They've been within a Tetris of each other for several dozen lines now. Tega's going to pull ahead as Nenu's had to take some burns, dealing with a drought. Tetris finally shows up for Nenu, 610,000 points, 615 for Tegamech. Both players will score. And this game is once again close. 7,000 point separation, 1 line difference.
Double dependency there from Nenu, fills it in, nice, gets the bar. T piece would be nice. That'll do. 676 goes up to 704 with the Tetris. 698. Wow, we're neck and neck. Tega's 4 lines ahead.
And both players are on track to get a max out on the kill screen. They're able to keep this efficiency up. Tegamech especially had solid post. Remember, he had a transition around 485.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty darn close transitions. Pretty darn close now here. Just similar games. Wow.
Nice, it's the first time in a while. Tega's currently in the lead.
He was doing really nice things with the next box. Like 2 crazy adjustments in a row. Okay, nice Tega with some burns. Oh gosh, nice, beautiful, good speed. The rolling is fully warmed up here. Tega's looking good with the speed of the movement. Just able to weather droughts much longer than other players can. Hypothetically results in fewer burns. But right now, not much of a difference in burns at all.
Oh, Nenu's running into a little bit of trouble. Having to take quite a few burns, but it's going to be able to uncover a Column 4 well.
That's a burn. Dang.
Continuing to get S's and Z's. The first few were good for a stack, but just kept getting more. And it's forcing a couple more burns, but Nenu's going to make this work out. Scoring a column 4 Tetris, going to 916. Putting him behind Tegamech, however. But Tegamech's in a dig, and Nenu's got another center wall set up.
This drop for Nenu. Nice tuck. He's all in for this. He gets it.
Alright, there's a Tetris.
Tega's
going to top out at 963. So Nenu's going to need a long bar to complete this chase down. Can he get the long bar? He does. Clutching it out, 990. And another Tetris into kill screens for the max out.
Tega does not shut Nenu out from the... Actually, I wonder if a win would have shut Nenu out. I'm not sure. He might have still had a slight chance. But either way, certainly has a greater chance now. Once we get that match reported, we will see just what Nenu's odds become.
Yeah, Nenu successfully pulls off the reverse sweep.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I'm bad at recognizing reverse sweeps.
Me too, I just happen to remember this one.
Sure.
My god, my brain is